Hey YouTube, it's your guy Shad here. I want to go over something that seems kind of simple, but we all learn differently. We all know what's going on, and we're all taught differently. So I want to go over something with suppressors here, really quick. And once again, this is filmed on my cell phone, so I hope this is coming out okay. I'm going to have to scrutinize this video because I've got a washing machine in the background. I've got a cat meowing in the background. But something came up, and I didn't realize that it wasn't kind of a kind of common knowledge, common sense type of thing. So let's go over what an actual quick detach or what a B-plan system is. And this goes back decades. Some of the names get changed. So even when somebody said Plan B, I'm like, what do you mean? What is a Plan B quick detach? So let's take your usual suppressors, right? Or what we're going to call a direct thread. What that basically is, you have a muzzle of a gun, usually a rifle. Pistols are on a whole different game because you have to get different devices. And that's just going to directly thread on. We've got 1/2 by 28, and you'll match it up with a 1/2 by 28, and that will just be twisted on, right? So the problem with that is a lot of people see in the movies, and they're like, well, I don't really want to take all that time. I don't want to twist mine on. I want to shoot different styles. So decades ago, some companies came up with different quick detaches. I hope you guys can see this. My lighting sucks. I know it sucks. What they basically said is, we're going to take, and it used to be called Acme threads. I'm seeing people are calling the basic simple ones now Plan B. So what you're basically going to have is, you're going to have some kind of muzzle device, whether that's flash suppressor, compensator, however you want to call it. That's going to stay on your gun, right? Remember the old A2s had the bird cage, so that's going to stay on your gun. There's your actual muzzle device. Obviously this would be timed correctly for how you want the flash to be or how you want the recoil to be compensated. But then when it start getting into suppressors now, instead of that direct thread I just showed you, we're going to go with something like this, which is going to be a quick detach, and it's going to be a completely different system, right? So there's your mount. There's what you guys are now calling the Plan B, right? It's way bigger. When we take a look at that next to a direct thread, we see there's a huge difference. So now this is just going to thread onto your flash suppressors. But this has to be a system that you have designed this way. You see, I don't have it all set up, but this is how. Now this would screw on. And now your silencer slash suppressor is basically on and off how easily you want it to be. So this would stay on, this would be tightened on, and then this would come off. Now the issue some people are having, which is a big thing, they're like, well, can I change things? Well, not usually. You take some of the bigger manufacturers. This is a Form 1 suppressor. This is going to be a homemade one. All NFA rules have applied. I have the paperwork for this one. I haven't finished the insides yet. But usually, on especially some of the older style rifle ones, you would get a solid one. This is an old junky one. This company went out of business. But that mount would be solid. It would be welded in there. And this is what they call non-serviceable, which means you cannot disassemble this and add a different mount. And the problem with that is, this one you actually can, but a lot of them you can't. I'm going to say most of them you can't, because the problem with that is the items in here, the baffles, are so heavily regulated that a lot of companies and a lot of manufacturers said, we're not even going to let people disassemble them. We don't want anybody mixing things up. We don't want things getting lost. You have one piece that's going to stay this way. So a lot of people are like, well, why can't I put a Plan B on it? Well, because basically it's welded shut. This one's not, but most are. So that's the simple of it. This video has gotten way longer than I want it to be. I hope that makes sense to people. If you have any questions, I mean, try to post them. I'll try to answer them. Again, thanks for putting up with the lighting. Thanks for putting up with the cell phone camera. You guys take care. Be safe.